Let me see what you're eating. I'm not gonna take it from you. You can eat it. Good girl. Come on. Oh, you're a good girl. You can eat it. You can eat it. There you go. There you go. Oh, you're gonna let it go. I did not feed this to them. They found it. So this is just part of what they do. It's like a worm, basically, to them. And it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Alright, so, dripping in sweat. Get out of that smoke, because basically we've got a fire going on July 2nd, because it's just so freezing cold out here. Obviously. Actually, because I need some soil amendments, so basically potash is what we're going to be creating here. You basically just burn it down till it turns white, basically to amend the garden that is slowly being taken over by watermelons and tomatoes. I'm not sure about this tomato plant. I think it might be dying off, either because of just age and it's just an indeterminate, or excuse me, determinate tomato, meaning it kind of goes for a length of time, fruits, and then dies, which what it might be doing. But I mean, look at those tomatoes. Just massive, nice tomatoes. Really, really taste good. But I'm going to amend this, try and give it as much as I can. I don't think it's going to make it. I think it's just determinate, so it's just going to die off. But I've got plenty of other tomatoes over here to replace it. These are all cherries. That one, believe it or not, just grew up out of the ground from last year, so I'm not really sure what it is. I think it's a Roma type cherry, just a different type of cherry. So, but yeah, a lot of tomatoes. These are like a black cherry type, and these are like an orange cherry. Both really good. And then over here, got some squash and okra. So those are like the okras, and then these are just some summer squashes and zucchinis. And I'm really fighting this dang watermelon. And this watermelon just started up out of there, out of nothing from last year. Just came back to life or dropped a seed. So I'm really fighting that stuff back. Whoops, that's like a squash or an okra. I think, yeah, that's like my squash or zucchini. I'm not sure, to be honest, I don't remember. But, yeah, basically, I actually went ahead and I planted, and so if you can see there, those are, what are those? I forgot. Dang it. Why do I forget things like that? But those are, I'll put it up on the screen because apparently I forgot. And what that does is, I get a lot of boring beetles here. So once these get mature, I'll get a beetle that bores through the center of the stalks. And apparently this is going to drive those off. I still can't remember what they're called. Jeez, I just do that sometimes. I think it's because I'm hot. But that, and it's also said that using that soil amendment potash will help drive the bug off, the boring beetle off as well. So I'm going to use it, you know, as an amendment, try and ward off these boring beetles because they will ruin those plants. And then also what I'll do is I'm going to add it to the chickens' coop, because once that dries, it's actually wet from yesterday, but once it dries, it'll be a good powdery substance for them to actually dust in. If you go back into one of my videos, I've got a shot of them dusting. It's basically they kick up a bunch of dust into their feathers to basically kill any mites that might be on them. Basically just like chokes the mites out and doesn't allow the mites to feed properly, so they die off. But yeah, that's what we're doing right now. I also need to get these last 3 ponds over there set up so that yeah, I can just be done with these and get them out of the way. These are ready. Got a little bit of rainwater in them now. Tried to see if I could collect any like 2 nights ago. Really didn't collect a whole lot. Got out kind of late. But anyways, that's what we're doing for now. I'll tune back in if I get anything good. Alright guys, so time for a little outside update, because I've basically been working on it all day. So I'll show you what I've got done. Let me go hit the lights real quick. Alright, so Here we go. Officially, 2 more totes. So another 125 gallons basically each. I got rid of the 4 little totes that were here. I still have one of them here because I want one of those to cycle before I move these guys. Now these are just regular Gambusa mosquito fish, and I think I'm going to keep them because I know I can keep them outside. Otherwise, something as basic as just a mosquito fish, I might not actually keep. But what I think I want to do with half of these totes, at least half, is have species that can live in them year-round. So one of those would be like a native killifish, mosquito fish, a couple native, maybe just a few natives that I find and like, that I think are, you know, I have value either to me or value to the hobby. And then the rest will be tropicals and goldfish, you know, in the summer, or excuse me, spring and fall months. But basically, I've got these 2 put in today, got them filled up with water, got some, you know, sponges from basically the goldfish pond squeezed out, which is that, you know, that blue bucket there. And then, this is a shrimp pond, by the way, doing good. You know, not a whole lot different. Let me turn this off, make it a little bit quieter. But, shrimp pond, doing good. I really can't see any of them in there right now. I looked, I didn't see. I'm sure they're doing fine. I haven't had any problems outside yet. Let's take a quick temp check, though, and see what we're sitting at. Everything's been sitting at 80, and then I kind of turned up all the fans, and we're still like right at 80. So 80 degrees, it's warm, but it's not terrible. We're not at like 85 or 90. 85 wouldn't be bad. I mean, it would just be warm. But we're not at like 90 or 95. At that 90, 95 is when I would personally start worrying. And we did get warm today. And then I actually got this one set up today as well. So I moved this one, basically took it down so I could get room here because I had no room there. So I could access this little area, and, you know, I just needed more access to this pond, and I didn't have it, so I made it. So I got this one up and running again. Got a sponge squeezed out in it. Actually, that is a cycled sponge, you know, my little DIY filter, which, you know, that's just hot glue, a little connector, some, you know, clear pipe, and, you know, just like a little, it's like a twist tie or twist lock piece of Tupperware that I paid like, you know, $2 for 4 of them. So I've actually been using a lot of those to make sponges, or excuse me, like little filters. And then over here, you can see a lot of tannins in here, not entirely necessary, but this is also where I have the scuds. And so a lot of leaves, and these are just from a giant branch off of my pecan tree that I trimmed. The leaves dried, turned brown, and then basically I've been using that because I know it's safe, I know it's organic, there's nothing on it. I know which side of the house it's on, and those neighbors don't, you know, spray anything. So I know it was safe, and I'm assuming it's safe. And yeah, just put a bunch of it in there. And in here I have white clouds. So I added 7 normal white clouds to this, and I've actually got like 6 or 4 more in quarantine now that'll get added soon. And then I do still have the goldfish. So there's like the Aranda. He's hard to see. I've got 2 Arandas in here as well. But so we've got scuds and some goldfish and white clouds, and I think this is just going to be a white cloud pond because I know I can keep them out here, you know, all year round with the scuds. And moving over, this is the Australian rainbow fish. They're doing well. You know, no real updates. They're in there. But just like there's only 6 of them in here, I want to go grab like 10 more maybe, and then I'm just going to do grow out, you know, basically in the summer. I want to see what happens with some rainbow fish outside, you know, as a grow out experiment. So we'll see how they do. I put some more, you know, branches in here from the pecan tree just to give them cover. They seem to like it quite a bit. And then I've actually got a planter in here, so that's just a broken 5-gallon bucket that I cut down and filled, you know, with a couple inches of dirt, and then capped it with some gravel. And then I've got those some fireworks that just got lit. And then I've got these, you know, these are dwarf aquarium lilies actually just soaking. I think they're bad, to be honest. They don't look good, but I've actually got some actual lilies on the way, so when those get here, I'm assuming those will definitely be good. I'll be planting those in here. I've got like 3 on the way, so I'll be putting like 1 in probably that tote as well there, and then maybe there as well. So maybe 1, 2, and 3. And then over here, why is that not running? Alright, we gotta go fix this real quick. This fan's on, so I got power. Oh, you know what it is? It's that motor. That motor just jams up sometimes. I gotta, here, I'll show you. That's not good. Good thing I caught it. Yep, and it's running, so give it a second. It's just that motor jams up. It's been, you know, sitting in a pond for years, so it, yep, see? It just needs a good vinegar soak, basically. But we're turning back on, getting pumped, so. And then you can see I actually suspended this sponge filter here, which that sponge, believe it or not, could easily filter this entire tote. I've had it do it before. But yeah, let's see. This guy's in the sun a little bit more than everything else, and it's at like 82, so not doing bad. Goldfish are doing good. I just added some hyacinth to it, just kind of because I want, you know, these to kind of get more sun. So hopefully they do over here. The water hyacinths aren't doing very good, so what I did is I ripped off the dead ones, and what that caused it to do is, you see how it's leaning really funny? Well, they're trying to compensate now by growing in that direction, but these are filled with air. So when you rip them off, you literally deflate it, and then it's like crooked, and it has to grow back towards the sun and grow new ones to support itself. And then that one was broken like off of that one, so it was just another accident. But I've got a few of those in there. Got another one over here trying to hide. But I actually had a caterpillar over in this tank eating these, and you can see it devour that entire leaf. So I had to, in there too, I had to get rid of a caterpillar problem. And then actually, speaking about plants, here's my new pest control, which is a Sarracenia bug bat. And it's a little bit more water than I want in there, but it does need to stay submerged all the time or have its roots submerged. But this is a Sarracenia pitcher plant, and you know it can, you know, overwinter outside. It's a full sun plant, so that's kind of why I have it in this little setup here, because I don't get enough sun in the ponds with my little shade, my shade house. So that's why it's sitting out here. And yeah, basically I've just got to kind of hang out and, I don't know, see if this takes care of the bugs or not. I think it has, because I have not been getting eaten up like I have been in the past. Now this is just one tiny little pitcher plant, and I've got a lot of bugs, so it can become a problem. I think if they get overfed, it can become an issue with them, and like they can rot basically if there's too many bugs in there. So I've actually got one more on order, so hopefully the 2 of them can handle all the bugs that I have in my yard, and hopefully that gets big. I did pot it up in a much bigger pot. They sent me like a 4-inch pot, and that's like probably a you know, a 5-inch round versus like actually like a 3-inch, you know, squared. So quite a bit more area for those roots and the base of it to just get big. And then I'll probably put it in some other type of you know, wicking setup. So if I were to actually put rocks in there just around that, it would still allow water to be in there. They would still allow for wicking, but it would keep mosquitoes from being able to live in there, which is not really a problem. But and it would keep it from evaporating so fast by it being buried underneath rock. So like if I were to put rocks all the way up to the edge, and I could still have that much water in there, it would create less water, but it would also stop evaporation. But I'm gonna put this stuff up a little bit, and just, I've been trying to work on this all day. My back is probably gonna be pretty messed up come tomorrow because everything that I've been doing, get that back. And I want to do a quick shout out to this little pump right here. I paid like $25 off of Amazon for this, and I've got it powering. So we've got 6 little outlets, that's how it comes, and I currently have it powering 1, 2, not that, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this is where it gets weak, because 7 and 8. So it is still powering it, but if I submerge that all the way, it's not able to push enough air all the way up. But I'm pretty sure I've got 8 going. I can probably get that 9th, which actually I'm probably going to get rid of that little tote. And probably going to get rid of that little tote and go with just that one big one over there. And then actually I did, so when I got rid of the smaller totes, a few things that I moved were white clouds, and then I moved, basically I pushed the, the mosquito fish out of the way. And then in this tote, what we have here are some platies, and these are actually my first ever platies. Now, I put this in right after I put them in. They really seem to like it. They just kind of swim up in it. So we're gonna kind of see if we can't see any in here yet. So there's one there. And they're just like sunburst platies or something. Nothing too special. I really am after some hyphen platies. If anybody in Dallas has some hyphen platies, please message me. I would like to get some from you. But also got, some more hyacinths over here. Got a new baby coming off there, which is good. Those are doing good. I also went ahead and fertilized today. You can see here's another one of my little DIY filters, and that's just filled with lava rock and some ceramic media. Only reason I use ceramic is because I had it. Otherwise, I would just use lava rock, because lava rock is, in my opinion, definitely better. Alright, I don't think that Sarracenia is getting all the bugs. I think I'm getting bit. But, yeah, so I'm pretty happy. I got that one stocked with fish, which it wasn't. Got it set up, with some cover and plants, which it wasn't. I need to get some more shade, I think, on that one. Basically, I need to close that off. I had to open it so I could get that there. And maybe a little bit more shade up there, so that stays a little bit cooler during the day. I actually moved this fan because there was no room for it over there. So I moved this fan. It's such a weak fan, it kind of doesn't do a whole lot out here. So to be honest, if I can get rid of all these fans, I will. These weak ones. And just get those nicer steel blade high powered ones, because those ones actually move air. Those are worth having. They do work out here. So and then you can see I've actually got some wisteria that I brought out from inside out here as well. Happy about that. Hopefully it does good. I'm just gonna float it, see how it does. Hopefully it does good. But yeah, I think that's it for outside. Gonna let a few of these cycle. Let me see. I have 1, 2. If the mosquito fish go in 1, I'll have 1, 2. I will have 2 totes left. I'm probably gonna do the plains killifish in one of them because, it can overwinter and it'll breed for me in the spring and summer. So I'm probably gonna do them in one of these totes. So I still have like 1 other fish. I think I might, I might move out my mollies, to be honest. I'm not sure. But it's just one of those things we'll have to, wait and see on. And look who's hungry. Alright, so I figure we can go ahead and feed the Fahaka today. Because I don't do a whole lot of feeding videos. So I figure we can go ahead and do one. So, what are we going to do? It's either snails or crayfish. I'm going to go ahead and go with crayfish because, well, I'm going to go ahead and go with snails. We'll do snails today, and we'll do crayfish another time because the crayfish aren't, they're fast. So, because they have that little back pedal feature with their fins and all, they can move fast. So, it's really not always easy for him to eat them, and be a lot of me chasing him around on camera, trying to catch it, and he might not even get it. So we'll just do some snails real quick. Alright, so here's the snail tank that I've got, and it's basically 2 sponge filters. I feed this heavy, daily. So like a handful of green beans is what I got today, probably like half a can. And then other days I'll feed it with your fish supply, like a vegetable pellet. I'll show you. This is what I'm feeding it on other days. So Green Supreme, your fish food, your fish stuff actually. And ingredients are green pea protein, herring meal, wheat, kelp meal, soy protein, krill meal, squid meal, fish oil, spirulina, chlorella algae, dried yeast, lectin, garlic, paprika, marigold, xanthan, beta carotene. So it's not, I mean, terrible. From the ingredients, it really looks great. You know, I don't know if it's the best food, to be honest, but it's not terrible and it's cheap, so that's why I get it. And yeah, so basically I just take handfuls of snails out, and then I kind of sift through and look for ones that are a good size for him, which is about that size there. Fairly small, and then occasionally I get these nice red ones. Occasionally I will pick those out, and occasionally I will feed them to him. I pick them out and I throw them in other tanks sometimes because, you know, I kind of like those ones, so I'll save them for other tanks so that I can get infested with pretty snails, basically, which I kind of suggest you all doing. Alright, here we go. Now we're probably not going to hear a crunch. I occasionally can, but it's just not that loud with these baby snails. Go on, those are yours, bud. Eat them. He's probably a little bit nervous because of the camera. In nature, they are ambush predators, meaning they pay attention to other things watching them because they watch other things and ambush things when they're basically, they hide so other things don't see them, and then they grab those other things. So he is aware that there's a camera watching him, and he's, you know, he's a little bit cautious. It's just smart for him to do that. If you really look at what a puffer is and what they do in nature, they're designed to, and he's worried about me now because I'm moving. They're designed to hunt, you know, go out, hunt, eat a bunch of food to the point where they swell up twice their size, and then they go hide for about a week and digest, and then they're forced from hunger to go out and hunt again because they understand that hunting is risking their life because they too are a predator, and they understand that there are things out there that want to eat them. Just gonna go ahead and just dump these in there for him. Come on, buddy. You're good. There you go. All the food. Of course. Oh, you're gonna make us look at your butthole? Jeez, how rude. Did you guys see his butthole there? You're good, bud. Come on. You're bit camera shy, just like Zach's. You're good, buddy. Come on. It's okay. You're good. Yeah, look at all those snails. They're ready to run for it. Get them. Get them. Yeah, you go. I can actually hear it. That's cool. I normally can't hear it. My fish room's pretty loud, so that's probably why. Eventually, when he gets on clams, I'm sure you guys will be able to hear it. I'll tell you what, it'll be nice once I can hear it too, once I get him on clams. That satisfaction of the crunch. It really is a cool sound when it... You guys really probably don't know because, I mean, you hear Corey's Maboo, I'm sure, but just getting to hear it like through the glass, it has a really cool crunch. You're good, bud. Come on. Go eat them. You're good. It's okay. There you go. Yeah, that's a good one. I had a good shell on it. There you go. They're gonna get away. Over there. Right there, those ones. Right there. There. You got some shell right on your lip. You got some shell on your lip. You see that? He's got like shell stuck on his lip.